We know some of our fans love breaking down our character psychologies on social media.
We're not experts or psychiatrists.
Right.
No degrees.
None at all.
But we have been living with these characters in our heads for years.
This is
Analysis. Get nice and comfy, nice and vulnerable. One fan pondered, are John B and Sarah actually in love, or are they just deeply trauma bonded?
I think their love is definitely deeper than the trauma that they share, but I do think that sometimes in life when you go through large moments, it creates a stronger bond.
What would you say bonds them together besides their shared trauma?
A shared love for the outdoors, shared love for a good golden tan.
Golden tan.
One commenter wrote, "It seems that Cleo's strength comes wholly from herself. By living lawlessly without the social rules of high school, being utterly herself in all her power was necessary for survival." Does Cleo's strength come from the necessity of her survival?
absolutely. Cleo grew up without any type of parental structure. She had to learn how to figure out life on her own.
How does Cleo's strength inform her femininity?
Well, true femininity is vulnerability, and vulnerability is strength.
Yes, ma'am.
A philosophical fan stated, everyone sees Pope as the most calm and level-headed friend in the group, but we've all seen his dark side. Where do you think Pope's dark side comes from?
I think when you bottle up any type of emotion, it's bound to spill out. You know, like
Interesting.
at least once per season, he's going to crash out on somebody.
Do you think Pope would be able to control his dark side if no one was around to stop him?
Yeah, mainly because I think he has a good dad and a good mom. And
How do you spell that? The two D's.
Kiara is great at offering physical comfort to her friends and loved ones, but I've seen her avoid hugs multiple times when she's not feeling it.
Kiara is very picky with her hugs, but I do think in the moments where she has shoved the boys away, maybe the boys' timing's not always great.
Do you think Kiara has a disinterest in physical closeness?
I think it's not in her top 3 love languages, but Kiara loves a good snuggle.
I think John B idealized Big John in his head when Big John was missing, feared dead because John B was in denial. Remembering his dad's dark side would have been very hurtful.
Daddy issues.
Daddy issues?
Daddy issues.
So when they reunited, it was like John B was seeing Big John's darkness for the first time.
I fully agree. You sort of idealize all of the good and compartmentalize the bad.
Do you think he had a romanticized view of his father before he went missing?
No, we show that flashback where he's trying to sell the Twinkie and John B is yelling at him, calling him the worst father ever.
Yeah, how do you think he's coping with the reality of who his father is?
Not great. Not great.
Wow, if I was a licensed therapist, I'd probably have something to say about that, but just
Yeah, we're not licensed.
Kiara is more resourceful than the other Pokes. She's good at assessing a problem quickly and coming up with an instant solution, which has gotten her friends out of many tough spots. My POV is that Kiara is the actual team leader of the Pokes, even though she doesn't get credit for it.
Most resourceful?
There's no wrong answers here, sweetie.
Thank you. What a relief.
Do you think Kiara feels the need to step up in the situations because the boys don't?
Absolutely. I think Kiara wouldn't be in this mess if it wasn't for these boys.
Got it.
Whom she loves dearly.
Yep.
And is always gonna do it for the plot.
Push the plot.
Did you get that?
Do you think Kiara ever feels like the mother of the group?
Sometimes the mother, sometimes just the big sister. She's not that responsible. Not enough to parent.
There's no ink in this pen. Can I?
Well, that's it for today, love.
Am I okay?
You're gonna be just fine.
That'll be $3,000.
Oh, shit, I left my wallet.